Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here, and welcome to a video all about Shang Tsung. Today I'm going to tell you how to beat all of his general stuff, because he does have a lot of options, and like options that he could do this, but he could also do that, that may give some people problems. So I'm going to go over that today. If you're new here and you enjoy stuff like this, please subscribe, comment down below if you want me to do this on another character. The character with the most likes I will do next. And okay, here we go. So we're going to start off with the 4-2-4-2 string. So all the strings I'm going to talk about today are available in, I believe, all of his variations, whether you're playing casually, competitively, whatever. So the 4-2-4-2 is a great string, and we're going to turn our frame data on for this one, so that you can kind of understand it a bit more. So I guess I need them to block all the time, don't I? So this move is +4 on block if you block the last hit. Now there is a gap before the last hit, but you cannot interrupt it. I don't believe you have to flawless block it. And then if you flawless block, you can counter, and it takes away that plus frames. Now, if he thinks you are going to flawless block it, he can do this one, which will hit you if you let go of the block button. And it'll kind of kick you away. It doesn't combo or anything, so just kind of an option of checking you if you're trying to flawless block this, and he knows it. This also does launch in the corner, so you may see somebody go for this a little bit more when they're close to the corner rather than mid-screen. But there's always that game of I know that you know that I know kind of thing, and he might go back to doing that. So keep that in mind. So you want to either flawless block this, the last hit, or you can just block that one. It's -5, so it gives up his turn, but he's not punishable. So you can take your turn back and do whatever you want, but you just can't punish him for doing that. The important thing is you don't try to take back your turn if you end up just regularly blocking that. That's the main takeaway from that. So, that being said, moving on to the next thing we're going to talk about is the back 3 up 4. Now, this is easily anti-aired by most characters in the game. I would recommend going to, here, I'll show you exactly what I would do in this situation. So I'm going to set myself to Devora. We're going to record Shang Tsung doing this move, and then we're going to practice anti-airing it. There you go, just like that. I don't know what combo Devora would get off that, but, you know, Devora mains, you kind of know what I'm talking about. So, now, again, because he's Shang Tsung, he has options on options, we want to switch to player 1, AI is there, okay. So we're going to low overhead. We also do low-low, just straight up low-low. So that will eat up any anti-air that you try and do, knocking you down in the process. Now, if you want to, you can actually fuzzy guard this and this. Because the second low comes out really fast, you can block like right before the overhead's going to hit you, but then you're giving up your chance to anti-air and punish him for full combo. So that is kind of, you'd have to weigh out, you know, the risk-reward factor on that one as yourself. So that's just an option you'll have to deal with. Sorry. It's not perfect. I didn't create the character. I'm just trying to help you beat him. Anyway, moving on. So we have forward 4. Now this is one that I currently use a little bit too much. I'm trying to, you know, tone that down a little bit. But it is +5 on block. So if you block it, it's pretty much his turn to do almost whatever he wants. He can get that for free. You can't interrupt him. That's usually what I go for, is this into this. Something like that. In this variation, for example, anyways. Or you could just do throw. So his options are that of obviously being +5 are very good. So now how do you counter this? Well, it's easily counterable, actually. All you have to do is just duck block it. And the whole thing whiffs, because it's a high. You can actually down 2 him and get a crushing blow down 2 because he whiffed it. Now, is it just that easy? Not really. Kind of, but not really. Because he's also got this, which is an overhead. So if he thinks that you're just going to duck block it, he's just going to overhead. Now, if you manage to block this, he is -7. So if you have a 6-frame move, you can punish him. Most people don't, or don't have a great one. So you can pretty much use those 7 frames to do whatever you want. Take your turn back, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind. That is a high. That is an overhead. That's kind of the mix. Whether you want to deal with plus frames afterwards. Now, when I was saying about how you can kind of down 2 beats both of them, is because the overhead is slower. If you manage to time it right, I've had people actually down 2 me out of both options, no matter what I did. But that's pretty tight timing. So it's something you definitely have to lab, but I mean, if you see him running at you, you react to it. Down 2, you could hit him out of both options and get a good, or poke. You don't have to down 2. I'm only saying down 2 because you get the crushing blow combo starter out of it, right? So it kind of makes sense to go for there. Special moves is hard because it just switches so much with its variations, but Soul Steal is the main one. The one thing I did want to talk about with Soul Steal is in this variation, or in all variations, sorry, he gets a crushing blow if he does a back throw after, like immediately after he transforms back. So this has to be immediately after he transforms back. So if he hits you, that's a lot of damage, 352 for 1 bar. So if he hits you, if he gets the Soul Steal, and as soon as he transfers out, you want to be ready to tech backwards, because it's only on the backwards throw. He doesn't get it off the forward. So keep that in mind. So as soon as he transfers out, he's probably going to try and back throw you. And then you can be ready for the tech. And do your thing, honey, whatever. Alright. So other than that, he's got a crushing blow off of this one. So be aware of that. There's no mix up there. You do mid-mid. It looks like this should be a low, but it's not. I think it'd be too powerful if it was a low, honestly. So keep that in mind. There's that that crushing blow. And the other crushing blow he has is this one. If he hits it as a punish or a counter. So you'll see a lot of Shang Tsungs in the Spellmaster variation anyways. Might use that as a punish because it gets them damage where they don't have combos otherwise. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're whiffing around them, you might use that, get that crushing blow. And I use that a lot after the crushing blow. It sets me up nice to whiff that into that crushing blow. So that's pretty much everything you need to know to beat Shang Tsung. Outside of that, there's some variation-specific stuff. It doesn't take too long to go in there and look at the specials, but this will help you, like I mentioned earlier, in any competitive, casual setting that you find yourself in. So if there's anything here that I didn't explain, you want me to cover down in the comments down below, go down there and say your stuff. Let me know how you're really feeling. Did you have a good day today? You look great. Keep it up. Whatever you're doing, I'm loving it. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like because it really helps me out, and subscribe because we make new videos every single day. #BigDinkEnergy, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.